If you enjoy aesthetically pleasing games, block clearing puzzlers, anything like Tetris Effect or Lumines, and you get synesthesia, then I think Mixolumia needs to be on your purchase list. It's one of the best puzzle games that I played in 2020. It's available on PC. It's made by solo developer Dave Hoffman. Big huge praise straight out of the gate, you may say. So I'll try and explain what Mixolumia is, how it works, what it does, and why it put a ginormous smile on my face when I was playing it. Mixolumia is a block clearing puzzler where you need to line up 3 blocks of the same type together, like in a slanty line, or is a block of 4 like a cube or larger. The beauty of how this works, as you can see, the playing field down at the bottom goes into like a knife shape, so everything is slanted, and that's how all of the blocks play as you go up the board. So nothing ever sits on top of each other, you're all like diamonds interlocked. So what you need to do is kind of make that 3 in a row to be in a slanty line rather than being stacked on top of each other, because that's not how Mixolumia works. The trick and the fresh twist here is that as you lay blocks down, they slide. So think of it like tiled roofs in a way. As you clear blocks underneath, everything will drop down, and then if it's not kind of sat in a nice seat, it will just keep sliding until it does. And what that does is when it creates chains and things start working, you start to see so much of the board kind of slip and slide around that it becomes like almost like waves smashing up against rocks as like disintegrating things that are going on throughout your play area. And as you do that, there's like a fireworks boom that starts to appear behind. And then the music quite often will then kind of kick up a gear if you get a really good combo as well. So it all kind of plays really nicely together to reward you both on the screen. It's satisfying to see all of those blocks sliding and then kind of disappearing, and then the explosion of the fireworks behind. And if you're getting good scores, that might be the difference between changing your music from like an ambient synthy background to starting off a kick drum as well, so that you're still kind of vaguely in the Zen zone, but it's now just a little bit more bumpier as it goes. There's 5 different modes in Mixolumia, but they all kind of push towards the same type of goal. So you've got one where you need to clear 455 blocks, I think it is. And you start off at level 1, and then as you kind of increase and you go up your block count of what you've cleared, you'll then go all the way up potentially to level 15, which is like super speed, and I can't cope with that at all. I get to about level 10 or 11, and then that's me kind of maxing out, and my brain's like, I can't deal with it. There's a 2-minute time limit version as well, where you've got to try and clear as much high score within 2 minutes. There's also like a Zen mode where you will always stay at level 1 and there is no game over state, so you can just chill out and relax. As well as having like an extreme mode that starts you off at level 15 and you've got to try and clear 455 blocks. I will never do that mode. So what's really good with Mixolumia is that if you just want to chill out and zen out and relax, you've got that mode. If you want to chase high scores and online leaderboard scores, you've got the other modes to play with as well. The other interesting point around it is that there's 25 different palettes that you can choose from, and they're all different colours, and you can create your own and put it into the kind of like customization menu and start adding it into the game. And what the developer has kind of said is that it's designed so that people can kind of share stuff around, and whilst it doesn't work necessarily with Steam Workshop or anything like that, you can share your files around, you can add them into the game. Other people have had their stuff added into the game as well, and there's a variety to choose from. Some are a little bit harsh on the eye, some of them are really aesthetically pleasing, and I really love this kind of Lumines style reskin of everything as it goes along. Similarly, not only can you add your own colour palette in, and there's 25 in the base game to choose from, you can also add in, if you are a musician, your own music. Now there's documentation on the Mixolumia website that can kind of guide you through how that all works. I quite fancy having a go, and there's kind of 2 different versions that you can do of. One where you've got to make a 2-minute music track that will then peak at 2 minutes, because that's for the high score challengey type mode for the 2-minute time limit mode. And then there's one where it's about putting in different layers and loops to your song, so that as you kind of move through the different stages and levels, as you're kind of playing through marathon mode, for example, the song will kind of build up as you hit past different level progressions and things like that. I really like the fact that this customization is there, especially around the music side of stuff, because there's not a ton of selection of music in there currently at the moment. Although it does seem like more stuff is being added kind of over time as it goes. So it's something that I'll be definitely looking into. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'll give it a go, and we'll see whether or not I can provide some extra Mixolumia content to the game in the new year. The only other thing I'd kind of say is that it's a single player experience, which is great. The whole thing lends itself well to a head-to-head 2-player mode if there was ever a sequel or an add-on, because it just fits perfectly into that kind of mellowed out competitive nature if you want it to. But what's here is absolutely sublime. I thought, do you know what? I'll just quickly test it out before I kind of dive off and start writing some content for online elsewhere. 90 minutes later, I was still there, happily playing away, enjoying myself, testing out all of the different themes and trying to chase a high score that I would never beat. So I can't give higher praise than that. Mixolumia, out now. Puzzle gamers, you will lap this one up. Go and support an indie developer very much. So, you guys all take care. 2 thumbs up from me. And I'll be doing some more content of this in the new year once I've probably had a go at trying to make some custom stuff. And I'll put like a link down for people to then be able to download it and add it to their own collections and stuff as well. Take care all. Bye. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a collection of media projects ran by me. If you like what you see and want to find out more, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support can make so much more possible, be that a like, a comment, a share, or a pledge. Thanks for watching.